Hello, this is Ken here from the Rug Detective Show, coming to you with another one. So let's get straight to it. We haven't done a review for a few days, so it's been insanely busy on our side. This is the RD Familia. A lot is going on, but anyway, just coming back to another one. Hope you are well. So basically today we're going to do a review of Phantom. Phantom is essentially a digital wallet reimagined for DeFi. So what I intend to do is, this is basically a project that a lot of people have been talking about, and I wanted to really just take a look and do a review. Yes, a non-biased review. I have no connection whatsoever to this specific project, so let's get straight to it. So this is my Twitter account, and before you start, please make sure you go to my YouTube. You download the free Rug Detective checklist, which basically helps you in terms of a better understanding of what you need to go through before you enter a trade. Goes through on-page analysis, off-page analysis, tokenomics, partnerships, staking, blacklisted wallets, auditors, repository, and the list goes on. If you also, please make sure you download the Rug Detective Scam Wallet. So we basically compile a list of deployer wallets associated with scams, just to be able to make sure that you stay away from these rug pulls and these scammers, and just really ensuring that it's a clean environment. This is our ultimate aim. Also, just want to give kudos to one of our guys from the community in terms of Rug Detective's checklist form. So this is an easier way for you to be able to fill out the form. It's a standard Google document, so if you're looking through, you can be able to just go through this whole checklist, and then you go through. There's 19 sections. You don't have to fill every single one out. This is then submitted via email to us, but you can also make changes and edit it, and this will really help you along the path to understanding the process. You should really adhere and follow to this structure every time before you enter a trade. Number one, don't be jumping on because you hear here on Twitter, it's 100x, it's 1000x, get in now, YOLO, YOLO. No, make sure you take your time, be meticulous, and really follow a clear and simple plan. So this is ensure that we've got to where we are today by getting in DDS, did a 6x, Walt Finance did a 100x, Gambit done a 3-4x, BSC starters, but the list goes on, and Berry Data did a 60x. So by following and adhering to a simple plan, you have every opportunity of succeeding. Not financial advice. So let's get straight to it. This is Phantom Wallet. So what it says here, digital wallet. So what I tend to do is take a look at their specific official Twitter, but I also like to see what's happening with what people are talking about in terms of this project. So I'll go to Phantom Wallet. I look at the top, I look at latest chat. So here it says today's Phantom special, crypto called day. Fine, that's good. That's pretty nice. Tell us what your grounds. So can't manage multiple hardware wallet addresses from MetaMask. Bothers me a little. Okay, so locked and loaded, super smooth experience. So it's good. We're hearing news that it's a strong UI, a great experience. So hopefully a much needed UI UX boost to the Solana wallet game. So you can see here, this is essentially being built on the Solana off-chain. So let's find out more about this. So we're hearing a lot that it's clean, strong UI, good UX, a good alternative to the MetaMasks of the world for those that are looking to trade products on Solana. So digital web and mobile payments, that's dope. Interesting. So this just gives me a better understanding. I'm not getting this information directly from the official page because it's clearly biased, right? I'm getting this from people that are communicating on Twitter, and positive or negative, it's given me a better understanding. Then I take a look at what their engagement is. So 4,100 joined in November, but it seems to be relatively new in terms of what they're trying to achieve 11 hours ago. So I also take a look at the engagement. So I'll follow through on this sheet where I have the website, Telegram. I'll look at the engagement, Twitter, Discord. So now I'll be going to the website shortly. Then basically thereafter, I just go down. So we just copped these Phantom Foot gears from the crypto kickers. Can't wait. Okay. So I'll basically then open up to see what this is exactly. Footwear for the new world, 11 drops. Okay, so this is just taking things into another level. It's absolutely amazing. I absolutely love this whole crypto space. Polkadot poppers, Polkadot lets your blockchain networks operate. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go to the website. So here it's clearly that it seems to be quite early. It's just a standard one page, like they're constructing a site. So you put your email address in, good. So they're acquiring email addresses. They've got the Phantom beta launch, Docs, Twitter, Discord. So they're on Discord. Be good for me to find out what's happening there. So open up another tab. Docs. So Docs, this goes directly to information. So let's find out more. So Phantom is a wallet and browser extension that can be used to manage digital assets and access decentralized applications on the Solana blockchain. Good. So it's purely specifically not looking at agnostic in terms of working on BSC, Binance Smart Chain, or working on Ethereum. It's clearly just focused on working on the Solana blockchain. And if you're not aware of the Solana blockchain, this is quite, it's quite interesting in terms of what they're trying to do. Ultimately, if you look at the comparisons between Ethereum, effectively Solana is literally processing 10,000 times as much in terms of Ethereum. And also it's about 1 million or so cheaper than Ethereum. So this is essentially a new gateway where people are looking at in terms of effectively a decentralized, fully fledged blockchain, ultimately with, I think, maybe tens to hundreds of validators. So they seem to be scaling. They seem to be doing extremely well. Let me just take a quick look at what Solana is actually doing. Fair enough. Just in terms of the price, I guess it's pumping. So it's $20 at the moment, 10% up today. This is CoinGecko for those that are not aware. So 24-hour time frame. Let's just go to a 1 year. So we can see initially it was about 60 cents once it was listed. So probably maybe 30, 40 cents. So it's shown a steady growth, essentially just moved in a sideways between 60 cents and $5 all the way from April 2020 to Jan. So you can see that it's essentially been building and working on deploying code and growing the community. So it's really started to take shape. Solana is the blockchain where it's now broken through from the end of Jan, and it's gone from about $4 to $20 now. So not bad. 5x from those areas, and it doesn't seem to be abating at the moment. Market cap is 5 billion market cap, trading volume dominance. Okay, so it's good to see that there seems to be some growth and a long-term potential of what's happening here. So it's good to see what's being built on top of that stack. So let's just click on this link so we can see. So it works. So Phantom Wallet works by creating and managing private keys on behalf of its users, allowing them to store funds and sign transactions. Okay, so creating and managing private keys. So it's really important that this Phantom has high-end security if they're literally managing these private keys. So the extension injects Solana object into JavaScript context of every web application the user visits. Interesting. The application may then interact with the wallet, such as asking for permission to perform a transaction through the injected object. Okay. So interact with the wallet. So okay. So it's really interacting with every specific, okay, well, fine. So I'm going to do some more research in terms of how that works. Detecting the provider. So it really just goes down and provides you with more in terms of the API, how this breaks down. So I would definitely implore for those to really understand the inner workings of this. Live integrations. Phantom is integrated in major projects, many of which are open source. Here are some examples. Good. So I like to see that they're giving examples that it's actually being, they have something, it's tangible. Other projects are actually working, integrating maybe via an API with this. So what I'll then do is I'll then start opening up these specific links to see, is there a connection? So it takes me to GitHub. This is good. So for those that have an understanding of coding, you then, basically in terms of the code, you then need to take a look at the code, read through it, make sure it's clean, check the latest commits that's been taking place within Phantom, just to have a better understanding of what's going on. Good. So this is something I'll do in my, while I'm enjoying, yes, having a nice cup of coffee, just to really go through this whole process, tend to look at the latest commits, just to really see how often things have been moving forward in terms of their tech. What I do see is it's quite heavy on the tech side. and less on the whole community aspect. I don't know whether this is done by default, but there seems to be a lack of connection. They do have Discord set up, so accept invite. So now it's basically opening up here for Discord for me. Okay, so it's taking me into Discord. So where are we? So I like to just really scroll through to understand what's going on here. Online 257. So here's a general information. Is there a Chinese community now? This is the app. Let's click on this. And then there's feedback in terms of the beta. Transaction history per token view is great. Hey, I signed up for beta testing yesterday, but I haven't received an invite yet. Then developer section. Fine. Then what I'll basically do, okay, so it takes me back to this page. So what I then need to find out, so this is the Solana website here, clearly says is fast, secure and censorship resistance blockchain providing open infrastructure required for the global adoption. So I'm a huge proponent of, you know, the main infrastructure plays especially, and it's clear that they're really building something strong. And then it then ultimately means you're going to see a lot of projects like Phantom that will start building upon Solana stack. So then so global, it's actually not 100 anymore, so 690, phenomenal. So average fee per transaction, block time, total transactions. So it makes me then want to actually do more research about what's happening with Solana and then see about the integration. So you can see here, fast growing ecosystem in crypto. Try to break Solana, okay. Solana can process 50,000 transactions per second. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. Play. Let's see where this actually takes us to. Is one of the most performant blockchain currently. It can handle 50,000 transactions. Play the game. Okay, we'll do this afterwards. So you see what's happening. It's taking me down a rabbit hole. You know, first looking at Phantom and then saying, okay, this is interesting. Good use case, digital wallet. But do they have a strong USP? Do they have something that's going to be, where they're going to be an outlier in the space? Or is it easy for another project to come in with deep pockets and really gazump them in terms of, you know, iteration, in terms of technology? So then start to look at, okay, not as a one entity as the projects that are being built on Solana. I then start to look at Solana actually as the infrastructure, actually as the blockchain play, actually as investing or playing a role in that growth, and then looking at the tentacles that are really scaling. Does that make sense, guys? Do you see, or ladies and gentlemen here, I'm trying to be non-binary. Do you see where I'm going with this? So I look to see how we can be able to provide value or see the value proposition as a blockchain, because when you take a look at the price point, it's 5.4 billion, right? Then if you go to the list, you've got Bitcoin here, essentially a market cap of $1 trillion. You've got Ethereum 209. You've got Binance Coin 45. So you have to scroll all the way down to really see Solana, which is 21st position 5. So it shows that there's potential growth here, because this is actually a blockchain. We're not talking about an individual project itself like a Dogecoin, for example, or Filecoin. This is actually a huge opportunity. And this could be a long-term hold. So what I'm going to do then is then start doing more research, understanding who's behind the team. I'll find out about the scalable, the low-cost composable, right? So I've then migrated my attention to not just Phantom, but really understanding who are they building on top of. So they've got podcast here, which is interesting. So I'll take a look at GitHub in terms of the skill set. One thing that really stands out to me when I take a look at the price point is that a lot of blockchains really struggle in terms of the community and really scaling. But if you take a look at the history of where they come from, they've been literally iterating since, about nearly a year now. So it feels to me that they haven't focused too much on the price, but they've really dug down on really building something that's inspirational that's going to be here to stay for the test of time. Now, as a disclaimer, I haven't invested whatsoever in this specific in this blockchain, but I'm going to be able to dig deeper and really find out more in terms of their USP. I'll look at the SWOT analysis, competitors, take a look at the disadvantages, advantages, all these areas that will help me to make a more viable decision in terms of what the structure is. Okay, so, and what I'll do is I'm always going to adhere to and follow the rug checklist. I'll go through the information, and then what I'm going to do is understand more about the team. So I'm going to then start reaching out to people from the community, the lead dev, the people who are, part and parcel of, or let's say part and parcel of the whole Solana community, and really then tap into their minds to understand what they're trying to achieve long-term in the roadmap. And then whether it's viable for us as a community, myself, to play a role in that growth. Make sense? So here we are. Just what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these details to the checklist. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and follow. I tend to do a lot of reviews on projects, not to a case of saying, oh, I'm shilling these projects. No, but just giving people an understanding of what you need to do, the steps you need to take before you tend to enter a trade. Okay. If you haven't done so and you want to find out more, we have actually a Patreon group where we get heads up in terms of projects. You can be able to access our format in terms of the VIP checklist that we have. This format, we're doing a lot of phenomenal stuff. We're really growing as an engaged community. We have the RD auditors, our website, the KYC, sophisticated KYC integration will be up within the next week. And there's so much that we're working on in terms of early stage projects that we're really helping and nurturing. So if you want to be part of this engagement and this community, please make sure that you join us in this phenomenal journey. So I'll be back to you soon. Have a fantastic day.